Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. So I'll pull you an additional guidance card and then I'll shuffle the rest of the deck. So one card for the sign of Scorpio for the week ahead. What have we got? Okay, you got the round and round card. The round and round card can feel that you're stuck in a cycle. Sometimes it gives you this feeling that you're like repetitive thinking. Yeah, very much can feel that you're stuck in the karmic wheel of things. Give me one more card. Higher power. Okay. Ooh, so some of you are very, very busy at trying to access this sort of conscious contact, this awareness. Some of you might feel that you're stuck in this repetitive cycle. So the higher power is that sort of feeling of something greater in charge of our destiny, a higher intelligence, because there is. It guides us, it leads us, but we're not always in contact with it. Sometimes we're stuck in the treadmill. Everyone watching knows what I mean about that treadmill. And other times we get this moments, sometimes more than a moment, where we think and we experience the higher forces that lead our life. So this is going to be interesting to see how this is materializing for you. So give me 6 cards, please, to tell me about the sign of Scorpio for the week ahead. So you've got the Emperor behind you, Aries, I am and I will. For some of you, this might be a person. For others of you, it's so much about taking charge, especially of the material plane. Okay, the Emperor is the builder. 8 of Wands as the gift. The challenge is the Queen of Cups. Page of Swords in your relationship house. Hanging Man under the 8 of Wands. The Star card as the outcome. So very beautiful. The Star card is always the omen that I look for. So there's a few cards when they show up in a reading, I always know that everything's going to be okay. And when I'm doing my own readings and the Star card is the outcome, I just give up all worry, actually. Probably the Star card, the Sun, the Ace of Cups would have a similar story. So whatever's going on, it's going to a very, very good outcome. Yeah, it brings new life, it brings healing to things, material, relationships, everything. But what's behind you is the Emperor. So the Emperor is very much, can be a person, but it's with the Ace of Cups. So for some of you, this definitely is a person. The Emperor's not my favorite relationship personality, I have to tell you. The Emperor builds businesses. He builds houses. Some of you have entered into a brand new pathway. It seems to be a little bit of a blessed energy by the looks of it, especially because you start with the Ace and you end with the Star card. So I'm wondering where that feeling of being round and round means. It might be in a relationship dynamic, but I'll find out. So the central gift is the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is an incredibly expansive energy. It's with the Judgment card. The Judgment card is the other side of the Death card. So something being restored. It could be anything. It could be your faith in life. It could be a business. It could be anything, but what's happening here, and I know this sounds very, actually I think to say this to a Scorpio is fine. This is like a resurrection. So some of you might have been in a classic dark night of the soul, or you've just been in a period of letting something go, taking charge of your destiny and opening up to this higher reality, this feeling that there's something more powerful guiding your life. Because I can guarantee you guys there is, okay? So the Eight of Wands with the Judgment, incredibly expansive, really expressive energy is the gift. Not sure how this is manifesting. Because of the Emperor, it might be about things around the material plane. For others of you, that this Emperor might be a new love or a new chapter in love. Because the Page of Swords is here, it would just be the early stages. It's about communication. In fact, sometimes that Page of Swords peeks out and makes contact. Other times he doesn't even make contact. So he's a little bit of a lurker. Don't like that word, but you know, he would check your social media. He'd be watching you from afar. But for some of you, this is a new emotional chapter starting. For others of you, very much being a leader. Again, very much in the material plane, but because of the Ace of Cups, the Judgment and the Star card, there's definitely a feeling of being guided, being led. And quite often when they appear, it takes an incredible amount of trust to do what's never been done before, to open up to this very expansive energy. So very beautiful cards, guys, showing up for you. The challenge is the Queen of Cups. So quite often when she's a challenge, can mean some of you might have a little bit of emotional burnout, okay? Compassion fatigue. I don't know. Could be. Why is this Queen of Cups challenge, please? One card. Okay. Five of Discs. So there might be a little bit of Five of Discs energy of the challenge. So this would be fear. Can be financial fear. Can be a rift, a little bit of a rift between you and someone else. So maybe what you're tired of is being the person who's always trying to offer her cup to resolve this Five of Discs energy. Can be incredibly exhausting, and maybe that's where the round and round issue is coming from. But some of you, I think especially if this is relationships, there's definitely something to do with communication here, and maybe stepping out to heal some sort of rift. Okay, now the Hanging Man is next to it. Oh, isn't he always? You know, sometimes it feels like that, the Hanging Man. Hanging Man's actually a card that I love. But it might have a message here, especially for you who are starting something new, if it's not relational, if it's about business, that Hanging Man, Higher Power card, it's the Pisces card. This guy's literally turned himself upside down. So he holds on to nothing. And again, we can say that, but it's an incredibly challenging process when you're in the energy of the Hanging Man. And quite often it happens if you've moved outside of your comfort zone, taking risks, taking opportunities. I think there's something very, very blessed about what you're up to, by the way. And because of the Star card being the outcome, I think if there's been relationship issues, the Star card is going to come to heal that rift. Definitely. It might be through communication, the Page of Swords. So I can definitely get that picture. I think some of you have really stepped out your comfort zone, by the way. That's always where the edge is. But when we step out of our comfort zone is when we begin to invite cards like the Star card into our lives, okay? Because the Star card is about grace, but grace only enters when we go to that edge. Yeah, do you understand? When we sometimes have overextended ourselves, when we've taken risks, when we've moved beyond ourselves. And I think that's where the Star card is coming in. Is there anything else you want to tell me here? Okay, one card, the Hierophant, keeps appearing. Taurus card. So for some of you, this is obviously, if not again to do with a Taurus person, it's to do with something to do with the practical parts of your life, because the Emperor and the Hierophant refer to businesses, everything you can touch and you can see and you can feel. So for some, this is obviously a relationship, and for others of you, it's not. I think the comfort zone that you've gone beyond is maybe about launching new things by the looks of it. And the challenge if you're launching new things is always going to be a card like the Five of Pentacles, because you've taken some risks, maybe left yourself vulnerable, and that is a little bit of a challenge. For some of you, that Queen of Cups with the Five of Discs is about trying to heal some sort of rift. And the Page of Swords here in your relationship is actually, it might be the other person who comes forward. Because if you look at the Five of Discs, one of the people has got their hat and it's in the solution, which means there's going to be a little bit of communication in order to resolve an issue. That's how I'm feeling this reading's actually talking about. So tell me what the Hangman's about. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. So again, can be an earth sign, but if not, we're talking about maybe some of you have definitely got something off the ground, taken some risks. And the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy, but he's a knight, which means you've been building something, you've been taking risks, you've been moving out your comfort zone, but it will take time, because when you're dealing with the earth element, you're always dealing with how things grow over time. And sometimes that can be why the Five of Discs appears. Will this be okay? Yeah, it's a state of mind. Very interesting here. What I love the most is your gift. Such, the expansion and the expansiveness of these two cards is like feeling so much joy, feeling so much, whoa, you know, like moving way out of yourself, expressing yourself, very dynamic, and it really shows with this reading. Something really interesting going on, definitely. You've got my two very blessed cards, guys. I've got about 3 and you've got 2 of them. Something a little bit special is unfolding here, and I absolutely love it. Love your reading, guys, okay? And I'll speak to you next week. Loads of love. Bye.